Never forget how someone disrespected you to make somebody else comfortable, because they will do it again and they will always keep doing it. I heard that on a short and I thought, brilliant short lesson for today. Greetings, guys. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Monette. This is my channel, Evolve with Monette. For those of you that are new here, I'm a professional intuitive empath, so good to share energy with you. Thanks for coming in. Thank you for inviting me in. Have a bit of a stay. If you're interested in working with me, you can find all of my website information in the description box below. Check with your angels first. They always know. And then we'll be on our way to work and grow. Back to us now. Never, ever forget that someone disrespected you to make someone else comfortable. I think back in many of the experiences that I've had in my life where someone that was in my face and was a friend or a lover or a companion to any degree would happily shun me to make someone else comfy. And it's because they saw me as disposable. Maybe the person that was closer to them, even if I felt like I was a closer person, was more pleasing in a myriad of ways, was more superficial, it was more of a materialistic connection, and by that I mean more superficial clout energy. And they couldn't see the gem that was me. Can you relate, Earth Angels? They couldn't see the gem that was you. And so they would make someone else very comfortable by treating me like gum on the bottom of their shoe. And when people would want to come back, or they'd be like, oh my God, I feel like I'm dying, or I can't believe this is happening, or why are you really standing on business this time? It wasn't even that serious. You're overreacting. No. This is a hill that you chose to die on. I have a video here about that. Strange hill to die on, but at least you're dead. That part. Sometimes you need these people out of your life, out of your head, out of your bed. Whatever place they played, whatever role they were having and inhabiting with you, there's no longer a dream come true. It's a nightmare for you. And it's because if someone disrespects you once, they will do it again. You know, there have been times in my life where, to the wise advice of family and friends, I've maybe taken someone back who was disrespectful as a fuck to me, and then regretted it later. And recently I had a really interesting call come in from a family member who was advising me not to trust a family member in my life because they hate me specifically. These were the words that were said. It was really intense. They were like, they're incredibly jealous and they're incredibly hateful. And I was like, wow. And they were saying it to me like, sit down, are you sitting, are you okay? Like it was a sinister plot to a movie. And I'm like, yeah, I already knew this. Remember when I cut off contact with that family member? And then you and other people came to me and said, hey, would you consider reconciling because it's whatever, fill in the blank, the holidays, whatever. This happened several years ago. And against my better judgment, because I was thinking there were some other extenuating circumstances, but I reconnected. But I've always protected myself because I knew why I disconnected, and I knew that what I thought wasn't wrong, and I knew that the disrespect that was showed to me was there all along. And so for the same family member that petitioned for me to have a kumbaya moment, if you will, for them to say, hey, protect yourself. I think this person would kill, if they could, your energy, your happiness, your whatever. They're very jealous of you. I thought, wow. And I reminded said person who came to me with that news, do you remember when you advised me to reconcile? This is why I don't do that thing that y'all like to do, which is no backseas. This is why I've kept them at a distance from me, because I already saw what it took you 2 years to see. I already knew what it took you 2 years to hear come out of their mouth from me. Because when people disrespect you once, they will disrespect you in perpetuity. And even upon the slight reconciliation that I had with said person, they would find new creative ways to jab me, because whatever energy they had for me was not ever dissipated or dealt with. They were not sorry that they were injurious to me. They were sorry that they lost access. They were sorry that other family members had access and other friends had access to me and could call me up and I would be happy and jovial with them. But with them, I was guarded because I knew they were a foe, not a family and not a friend. but I was not wrong. And it sometimes takes people a long time to catch up to where you are. So stand on what you stand on. I still protected myself and didn't allow them fully back in. But even that one mistake of reconciliation is one that I will never forget, because it goes directly against the 48 laws of power. If you crush your enemy, one of the rules there is to crush them completely. And I know you're thinking, Monette, is a family member or a friend an enemy? Yes, sometimes they are. And if I had allowed it to be what I decided it was, without any peer pressure from family, and it's very rare that I'm peer pressure from family, but because of an extenuating circumstance, I thought, well, little pig, let me in. And I should have said, because I've got some strong hairs on my chinny chin chin, not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. Your short lesson for today: if someone disrespects you to make someone else comfortable, they will always play in your face. If someone disrespects you, period, because it's what they wanted to do, they will do it again with you. If you've cut someone off and they're apologizing and crying in this season of holiday fa la la and old acquaintance be forgotten, let's let the past be the past, they have not lost the anger that they have, that you would have the audacity to cut them off. And even if they are happy for 20 minutes that you reconcile, oh, I've always loved you, my sweet child, what will happen is that face stroke turns to a face scrape, because they actually want to ruin your everything and play in your face. It turns into a sinister chin hold, if you will. I'm thinking of movies with like Hansel and Gretel and the wicked, witch that's luring them in. People will leave you a trail of breadcrumbs of their sins and their sorries. But the truth is, they just want you close again because they want to finish the job properly. And so that's why I direct you, empaths, and I challenge you, Earth Angels, to make yourselves acquainted with the arts that have to do with things that aren't near to our heart. Study those 48 laws of power. Study Sun Tzu. Understand how you deal when you have an enemy near you. Because we are empaths and we're sweet and we're the angels and we don't want to deal with any of that. But you need to know this to protect you. Crush your enemy completely. That's where it's always been, and that's where it will always be at. There are people that I know right now in this season have reached out to me, sent me correspondences, reached out in various ways. I will never let them back in my life. I know that they might be sorry, but in my face they will play. There was someone that I cut off in this year specifically that was disrespectful to me, and I said, oh my goodness. It wasn't the first time, mind you, but it was a time that I decided was going to be the last time. That part. And so I said, you know what? You'll never have a chance to do this again because you've done it before. I've just let it slide, friend. Sweet friend. I let it slide. And now there will be no more. There's no more sliding to the left or to the right with me with this, because you were disrespectful as F. And you meant it, and you stood on business. She tried to backtrack. She tried to tell me she had Alzheimer's. Anything but to take accountability for the fuckery that she did to me. But if I were to befriend this person again, even though I know she misses me and I know that she feels sad and rejected, but also what's at the bottom of all of that is angry. How fucking dare you get away from me? How dare you tell me I can't disrespect you? How dare you tap into things that are unsaid that are going on between me and you, and know the real deep down dark ass history here? Meet the help, or the help specifically. Think about racial disparity. Think about private things that are never said that go on in people's heads. See, I say the quiet part out loud because that's the gift I've been giving, is to read and to be read. But I do not let people spin the block back with me because they now want to offer me some half-ass apology. What they really want is to be proximal, because what they like to do is finish me. I implore you, Earth Angels, to stand on your business and be in that 48 law of power energy. Crush your enemy, mother cracking completely. Don't let them back in. My regret for even allowing that family member to spin is not infinitesimal, because again, I had my heckles up, my haunches up. My angels were like, don't trust. I didn't know why not to trust. I didn't understand what was going on. But what I decided what was going to happen was I wasn't wrong. Even though I placated to a certain degree the family, when this family member came back and talked to me, I said, do you remember you saying this to me? And they said yes, but now I see differently. Don't wait for people to catch up to where you are, Earth Angel. We're usually ahead of the game and ahead of the curve. I can tell when people have dysfunctional parents, codependent connections, weird stuff. I'll say stuff out loud that I don't even mean to say. I remember watching someone with a family member of theirs, and I was like, that was weird. And I don't even want to know what kettle of fish I cooked up or I whatever. And my angel says, shut up. They like literally shut me down, and I had to pivot because I was not ready to go to therapy town with that person, and they were not ready to be the kind of trigger that I was probably going to make them. But I pick up on things and you pick up on things, and we know things ahead of time. And because we've had to survive, and because of whatever narcissistic abuse we had at the beginning part of our life with whatever malevolent parent, quote unquote, parent, we have to perceive people's intentions. We don't get second chances to survive. I have saved my life repeatedly by following my instincts to get away from someone that hated me, even before they could admit to themselves that they hated me. I knew that this family member was dripping with jealousy. And I knew that I triggered this family member, even though I never wanted that to be the reality. I don't go into anything like that. I also know how I show up and how it can affect people that haven't worked on their own security and emotional things. And then people will try to bring you down and lie to your face and promise you that they are not threatened by you, they are not mad at you, they are never jealous of you, until finally later they're standing over you and the knife is in their hand and you're begging them not to do what they're about to do. Avoid all of that, guys. If someone disrespects you, let that stand. That's enough, because they will do it again. We are not disrespectful to people purposely. Sometimes we will say something and have a bad day, but what do? Usually, right, Earth Angels? You take accountability and you make it heal, so that not that it goes away, but that you can at least take responsibility for the part you did play. A lot of people in our life don't like to give that back reciprocally. They just want to be around our energy. Remember, your energy is addictive. Your light is addictive. And in this holiday season, as we're wrapping up this year, people will spin. Even in the beginning of the year, I was just thinking about you. It's a new year, new you. Maybe we could be a new us. No, boo, we can't be. Because the old you still wants to kill the old me. Okay? You might like the new me. You might want to have access to my energy. But you disrespected me, and you meant that properly, because you did it several times, not just one for me to see. So you may have what I get as closure when family members come back and say, ooh, you might have been right about that. Yeah, I know, I do this for a living, but people will try to undermine you. Fortunately, in that situation, I was protected and still am. And my angels have been keeping me super protected with little totems and information whenever that family member is around. But it doesn't mean that I don't reflect back and realize how in the past maybe I may have let myself down by thinking that an apology really meant I want to be different. It meant I want access again. It means I want back in. It means I didn't finish what I started. It means you're still smiling. It means you're still happy. It means you still have light in you, and I still want to disrespect you because for whatever reason I need you to feel beneath me. Misery loves company. Flee from people that disrespect you, especially if they did it for somebody else. And in that case, that wasn't it, but I've definitely had people in my life, certainly, that were pivotal moments and tower moments for me, where people that didn't even matter, that didn't care about them at all, they made that person comfy and they discarded me and then wanted to come back and have me help heal and clean up their energy. Fuck out of here. Absolutely not. Borrow that from me. That's your short lesson for today. Let their disrespect be the way that it will be. And don't let them back close to you. Cut them off and let them know in the future when you have an Earth Angel next to you again, treat them properly. It won't be me, my friend, and good luck for you, because you get a few in your lifetime, and if you keep fucking off everyone that comes by, you won't get any more. It'll just be demon time. And you guys can cry together and be miserable together, but it will not be me under any kind of your emotional weather. Don't let disrespectful people stay proximal to you, because they like to play in your face and disrespect you, and then clock and watch how it affects you. It's a real sadistic game. And it's not one that my Earth Angels deserve to be part of in any way, okay? So good sharing energy with you today. That's your short lesson for today. Put up the block emoji down below in the comments. If you're like, no spinsies, no backsies, the disrespect stands eternal. I have it inflamed. It's like I'm thinking of the Olympic flame. It's a forever flame. It's forever lit. It's forever up, because we're not getting back in connection with whomever was the person that wanted to cause you emotional tragedy and deflection away from your beautiful Earth Angel reality. So good sharing energy with you guys. Come back and join me next time. We'll continue to evolve together.